Stuka Joe here. One of the things I get asked about very frequently is questions about equipment that I use in my videos. And I answer to people either in the comment section of a particular video or even in an email. And one of my Puerto Rican subscribers actually suggested for me to do a video on this. So this is that video. I'll be showing you the equipment that I'm using now, and now means October of 2017, why I use a particular piece of equipment, and even the cost. In case you want to jump in and do videos of war games, I encourage everybody to do so. There's enough games for everybody. So let's start with one of the most important pieces of equipment, which is the video camera. So I use the iPhone, and currently I'm using the iPhone 7. Why use a cell phone? Why not use a camcorder or a DSLR? Well, the profile of the iPhone is very small. It has a small footprint, so it doesn't get in the way of filming a wargaming video, and you can actually enjoy the play of the game while you're filming. If you use a camcorder, the camcorder tends to be bulky. It occupies one of your hands, and the monitor tends to be very small. Also, the iPhone, especially the iPhone 6 and 7, have a nice autofocus feature. You don't have to touch the screen for it to focus automatically. And if you want to zoom, it's easy. You just spread your fingers and you move them together and you zoom out. And the on-off button is really easy to trigger. Some camcorders, it's hard to control the camcorder with the small buttons it has. Another cool feature of using cell phones as cameras is that the cell phone, although it has a small footprint, has a large monitor area. The monitor, which is the screen, is large, so it's easy for one to ensure that what you want to be filmed actually gets filmed. And it's easy to follow along just looking at the monitor. So I recommend using a cell phone. My whole experience has been with the iPhone, and I'm currently using the iPhone 7 principally for its autofocus feature, but the iPhone 6 does the job too. One of the downsides of recording videos with a cellular phone is that you're going to use a cellular phone's internal microphone, and the iPhone has an internal microphone which is omnidirectional. It picks up sounds and noises from all around the room, and you don't want that. You want to be able to control from where you are recording sound. So I use the Shure MV88. This is a high-quality condenser type microphone. It brings an application that lets you select the field from where you will be picking up sounds, and it has also this really neat pop filter. And this microphone is attached easily to the iPhone by way of the lightning jack. And once it is attached, it is also very low profile. You'll barely notice it's there. And it delivers high sound quality. Having good quality audio is one of the most important things when filming video. And if you are going to use the iPhone, I highly recommend you get yourself a Shure MV88. You won't be disappointed. Just to give you an idea, I've been overdubbing this video with that microphone. Now, for some time, I've been using this 3-slider system, and I use it on top of a drawing table. And this drawing table is portable. You can see that the legs here are foldable. There's a tray beneath, and I bought it principally because it has a really nice plastic tray to the side, which is very handy to store counters and other things. Now, this drawing table has its downside too. It is not very sturdy. It moves easily, but for me, it was the only thing that I could use at the time because I have to sometimes change rooms in the house when I'm going to film. So if I have a more permanent environment, I would probably get a steady and strong wooden table. But this is what I use so far. And this particular drawing table cost me about $200. I know it's not the best deal in the world, but that's the one that I'm using so far. As I stated before, I use a 3-slide system. This is 3 camera slides acting together. I have a camera slide that is placed horizontally and 2 that are placed vertically. Now the vertical slides are 33 inches long. These are glide gear slides. And I placed screws at the end of each one of these slides to ensure that the horizontal slide doesn't fall off. So when we're using the camera, we reach the end and it stops there. So that's a safety measure. These 2 slides, glide gear slides, they use a special plastic bearing action. So it has a little friction, but that's exactly what I want. And you can see there barely the plastic bearing inside. The friction is good because you want to be able to control where the camera stops. And I use a lot of before and after shots. So I might have to make sure that the camera is steady in one place when I'm taking the before and then the after clip. Now the slide that goes horizontally is a different kind of camera slide. This is an Imorden 40-inch ball bearing slide. And because it is a ball bearing slide, its movement is a lot smoother. And it has a little knob that allows you to adjust the tension and make the camera steady if you want to, or you can move it from side to side, allowing for smooth panning shots. And notice that because it has a smooth ball bearing action, you can get really nice panning shots simply by moving the camera slowly from side to side. And if I want to move the camera vertically, I can adjust the tension here in the knob and place the camera in a spot and then just push the slide. And then if I want to return to the original position, I simply pull it back. I also use a Manfrotto fluid head, which I connect from the slide to the camera holder. And the fluid head, by its name, allows you to make very fluid, very smooth motions from side to side, and tilts, that is, up and down very easily. And notice that I'm just using one hand, but I normally use both hands to control the camera action. So the Manfrotto fluid head allows you to combine those movements with the movements of the slides, which can be vertical or horizontal. One important thing is that this slide system is not attached directly to the table, but I use some custom wood pieces to add some height. And why is that important? Because you want to make sure that the slides glide over your gaming surface without stumbling any stacks or standees that may be in play. So this project requires some drilling. You will need a power drill and some screws, bolts, and make sure that the table that you will use you can live with if it has some holes in it. And I recommend a steady, sturdy wooden table for this. Next is this piece of equipment that I purchased recently. This is the iShot Filmmaking Cage. This cage is actually taller than what you see here. I modified it because I wanted, again, a smaller footprint. So it is the height of the 2 handles, which are very, very comfortable. So I use both hands when I'm operating this piece of equipment. It is very easy to use, like the controls on an aircraft, I suppose. And you can see that even with one hand, the camera moves very smoothly. Now, this piece of equipment has some holes in its metal top, which are very convenient in order to install other equipment. I have here a ball head and another camera holder, so if I want a higher angle camera shot, I place the camera there, but I can place also lights or microphones. At this time, I'm awaiting an LED light panel, which I'm going to attach to the top portion of this filmmaking cage. It will be my primary source of light. So you can see that's another use that you can give to this cage. So I'm very happy with this. This is a piece of equipment that makes film shooting here very, very easy and convenient because you have all things together close and easy to control. One piece of equipment you never see in my videos is this. This is a Satechi remote control. Why do I use it? Because if you don't use it, you have to turn on and off the camera by hitting the screen, and that will move the camera a little and it will show in your video. So instead, I use this USB wireless control. You see, to turn on the camera and to turn it off. Very easy to use, simple and effective. Let's talk about another important aspect, which is lighting. And I use 3-point lighting. The main light has been for a while this light on my ceiling, but because of the power outage, that's not available now. So the lights that I'm using are 2 softboxes that you see here. And softboxes are very nice because they spread the light and eliminate shadows. And these softboxes are 24 by 16 inches, so they're not very big. And the bulbs that they use are regular bulbs. Let me show you. And these are the type of bulbs that have those coil shapes. They are very inexpensive. And another good thing is that they do not project any heat at all, so you don't get fried underneath these lights. And as I stated before, I'm about to receive an LED panel which I will install on top of the filmmaking cage. That will be my principal source of light, and I will use the softboxes to eliminate unwanted shadows. So probably shoot a little video with the LED light when I receive it. If you've seen my videos, you probably noticed that I use magnetic boards. I like the magnetic properties of the boards. I can attach player aids to them and little signs. The magnetic boards that I use are 36 by 24 inches. And the inside of the magnetic board measures 34 by 22, which is the size of almost all standard wargaming maps. So I place the maps there, and if it's a paper map, I cover it with a Lexan sheet. This is a plastic which is very thin. This is 1/32 of an inch, but very heavy, and it allows for the units to be very close to the actual map. And the Lexan item, not showing it here, but it has to be cut, of course, to the specific size. I also use a host of magnetic pins. Here I'm using them to hold these sheets together, but I also use them to place magnetic signs and player aids on top. And I also use these tweezers. I've had them since I started this in 2013. I purchased them on eBay, and I get a lot of questions about these. I've been looking for them recently, and I can't find them. These were manufactured in Pakistan, and they're made of stainless steel. I really like them. When you close them, I use it as a pointer. So this is one piece of equipment that I'm not going to give away, and I'll always keep as long as I'm doing these videos. So this is the equipment with which I film wargaming videos, and this is October 2017. Please note that I haven't spoken about editing software. I have a PC, and I use PowerDirector 15 to edit my videos, and I highly recommend it. It is easy to use, and it renders videos very, very quickly. So, this is Stuka Joe, signing off for now. Thanks for watching.